Good morning. Welcome to my Muse. I am a few minutes early this morning, actually 12 minutes early this morning. I have company in town and we're getting ready to leave. So instead of making the impatient people wait, I decided to come on a few minutes early. I noticed since the time change, we have all of our people from Arizona and that West Coast. Their time apparently didn't change. And so now they are 2 hours behind us. So they are having to get up at 7:30 in the morning to be able to watch this anyway. So I assume they're on replay, and that's okay. They can watch the replay. That's fine, as long as you're here watching. So today we are talking about toxic relationships spreads like germs. Woo! Ain't that the truth? Amen. Good morning, Lee. Hmm. Um, but that I just had a squirrel moment. Sorry. So, yesterday we were talking about pretty much the same thing. We've talked about this many times on this channel, but toxic relationships spread like germs. This is really important because a lot of people would be like, uh, "That guy just coughed," and all of a sudden everybody's like, "Ah," it was even before COVID. People were like, "Why didn't he cover his mouth?" And so now they and that's better. And you think that's not spreading germs, but however it is because, germs, when you cough, it blows and sneeze, it blows out. And so by doing your arm, all it's doing is coming up and below. So the germs are still getting out. That it's a bunch of nonsense. However, it does contain it mildly, which is better than not containing it at all. However, relationships are the same way. If you are in a toxic relationship, it will spread. Like we talked about yesterday, if you are going up to somebody and being like, "Hi, how are you today? It's so good to see you." Then people are, "Oh, hi, good morning." But if you're then you give an attitude to somebody else and they go and now they're upset and they give it to somebody else. Okay, we talked about that yesterday. But that if you have a relationship with somebody like that, and it doesn't have to be husband, wife, it can be just a friend, a coworker. When that relationship is toxic like that, it spreads faster than germs. Germs you can contain slightly, but when it comes to people, you cannot keep them from spewing. They don't go, "I'm having a bad day." No, they don't even say I'm having a bad day. They just, "Oh, life stinks, blah, blah, blah." Okay. Well, guess what? Here's tip number one: life doesn't suck. The way you look at it does. So you are the problem. Instead, be the solution. Yep, I said it. You're more than welcome to jump back off here if you don't like hearing it. But it is the see the little head bob. I gotta go. I got a little attitude today, don't I? Eh, what do I mean today? It's every day. Whatever. But if you're the one spreading the toxicity, shame on you. You ought to be given a shot of penicillin and make you go away. Hmm. That doesn't, however, mean that I won't love you from afar. I am going to draw boundaries if I do not like your attitude and I do not like what you bring to the table, so to speak. If you're not bringing life and love and harmony into my area, I will draw a line in the sand and I will tell you, don't cross it. This is my world. Sunshine and happiness. And that is your world, dark and gloomy, but that is your choice because we all live in the same world. God graced us all equally. He loves us all equally. It depends on how you choose. Excuse me. I don't know if that was a hiccup or what. It depends on how you choose to look at it. Now, today's going to be a little bit of a struggle. We have lots of things to do, lots of places to go, very short amount of time to get it done in. But instead of being like the person that's with me is going to be very, "Oh my goodness, are we going to be late? I don't know how to do it. Are we going to be there on time?" it's gonna be dramatic, okay? But and I am going to be the one driving, and I'm gonna say, "Every time you worry about the time, I'm gonna slow down. I'm gonna make you smell the roses. So either you sit back and enjoy the ride or you arrive late. Your choice." That's how I'm gonna handle that one. And I love doing it because it's kind of a torture in it's done in a loving way, but it is a type of torture because I used to be that person. I used to be the one that's, I'm gonna be late. I gotta just frantic, chaotic in the brain, okay? And no more because I'm not, if the next 10 minutes is my last 10 minutes, I'm not gonna use them stressing out. Instead, I'm gonna let the sun blind my eyes and I'm gonna smell the roses, whether it's a cliche or not. I'm going to smell them if they ever bloom, and I'm going to enjoy the scenery around me. There's nothing more beautiful. Matt and I were driving home last night and we're looking, and I said, that is so beautiful. He says, Ginger, we pass this almost every day. I said, yes, but isn't it wonderful to not lose the value of the beauty that we live in? I still appreciate, ever since we moved here, I've been able to appreciate I mean, the fields go for hundreds of miles and there's cows everywhere and it's brown grass. There's no leaves on the tree. It just looks dead and gross to most people. To me, it is so beautiful because the cows are out there and the babies are following around the mama, and that's the first sign of new life and new growth. And every now and then you could see a patch of green out there in the field, and you know it's coming. If you've never seen a baby born, watch your grass because it is a beautiful birth. It may be called spring, but it is a beautiful birth. I hope you all enjoy today. I hope you enjoy everything in your life. And let me just tell you, if you have a toxic relationship, I know when I had a toxic relationship, I was very worried that, "Mm, but then they might not be my friend anymore." Who cares if they're that negative? Why do you want them in your life? It doesn't mean you have to be mean and say, "We're not friends anymore because you're toxic." Okay, because then you're the toxic one. You just have to simply say, "Hey, if you're going to come to me with all this negativity, that's cool, but you got to have a solution to your problem. You can't just have problems. Don't you want to be happy?" Trust me, those words right there will make them scatter like little cockroaches with the lights turned on. Trust me, it's happened multiple times. So don't you worry. And yeah, there's a maybe a piece of you that enjoyed it because that you knew that you could in turn be negative with that person, and it was good because that's where you could get all your negativity out. Mm. How about you just don't have any negativity? Then there won't be any to get out. And even though you'll miss that person, after a while you'll realize how much better you are without that seeping in. It's like having a leak in a swimming pool. If you have an above ground swimming pool, maybe a little premature to be talking about swimming pools, but here you have it. If you have an above ground swimming pool and someone punctures a little pinhole right at the bottom, it might only drip every 10 minutes, but over time, that pool will be empty. It may take weeks, it may take the whole summer for it to be empty. But mark my words, it will be empty. And that's what it is when you have a toxic relationship around you. It might just be that little pinprick at the bottom of the pool, and you may not notice any difference. But over time, they will deflate you and suck out all of your positive energy. Don't allow that. Patch it up with conscious language, patch it up with love, and patch it up with distancing yourself from them. I love you all so much. Have a fantastic day. I will see you all tomorrow morning right here on the Morning Muse. Have a great day. I've had no sleep.